Breaking news, guys. You were just gifted a check, and you didn't even know it yet. Thanks to a last-minute high-stakes negotiation in Switzerland, President Trump just flipped the global trade board on its head. And in doing so, he may have just funded the first round of Doge dividend checks. By the way, happy hump day, everyone. It is Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. Hope you guys are doing well today. Drop me a quick yes in the comments down below if you're able to hear me okay. Appreciate you guys. That's right, guys. Money clawed back from China and its bloated government waste could be making its way all the way back to the pockets of hardworking American taxpayers just like you and me. Now, the media said it could not be done. Congress dragged their feet. And now President Trump's China reset, it's officially triggering a massive ripple effect. And the Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge, created by Trump and run by Elon Musk, just quietly confirmed that over $170 billion in savings has been unlocked. That means millions of Americans could soon see checks worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Comment down below if you would be okay receiving a check of $200 today, or would you be willing to wait 5 to 12 months for a $5,000 check instead? Comment down below which you would rather receive. Now, in today's video, I want to show you the hidden clause that's inside the trade deal that nobody's talking about right now. In fact, the exact amount the Doge dividend check could pay out and when, actual dates or date ranges, why Social Security may be the turning, Social Security could be the key to turning $200 into $5,000. And the one move President Trump may make next in line could completely bypass Congress completely. Now, before you click away, I want you to ask yourself this. Do you want to miss the moment that your checks get activated? Now, stick around, guys, because I've got all the verified details, every insider quote, and a timing breakdown coming up next. Now, if you appreciate the updates, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate the support, you guys, and I hope you appreciate the daily news updates. So let's go ahead and break down exactly how all of this unfolded, because the media's version of the story, it's not even close. And you can tell I'm going hard for you guys. I'm losing my voice. Sorry about that, guys. So over the weekend, in a very historic and completely untelevised meeting, President Trump's top economic team, led by Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Trade Representative Jamieson Greer, they ended up meeting face-to-face with the Chinese vice premier and two vice ministers in Geneva, Switzerland. Of course, the same vicinity of where the World Economic Forum tends to meet up. But this wasn't a photo op. In fact, this wasn't some pre-planned media circus. In fact, this was a very, very high stakes closed door negotiation that stretched out over like 2 straight 12-hour days. And it happened at Villa Saladin. This is an 18th century estate overlooking Lake Geneva. Very nice place. Cameras caught the black motorcade rolling in, but the real action was off camera in those rooms that were hammering out President Trump's essentially total trade reset deal. Now, just days before the meeting, President Trump's 145% tariffs on Chinese goods went into effect. And let me be clear, guys, that completely crushed China's economy like almost instantaneously. Factories shut down, orders were canceled, millions of workers got furloughed. And for the first time in this trade war, it wasn't America blinking, it was Beijing who called for the meeting. So no, Trump did not back down. Despite what corporate media claimed, this wasn't Trump looking for an exit. It was China looking for mercy. And what came out of this meeting? Well, it was a total reset of how the U.S. and China do business. And most importantly, a path forward where China must comply with fair trade policies if it wants tariffs lifted gradually and definitely not all at once. And that, my friends, that is the leverage that opened up the door for something even bigger. the Doge Dividend Checks. Now, here's a little known fact. The average person chooses a suboptimal Medicare plan and overpays by hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every year. Chapter is solving that problem with a smarter approach. They compare every plan in your area. There's no bias. There's no sales gimmicks from some sleazy sales guy. No, none of that. Just clear answers that are tailored to you. People like Julie in Kansas are already saving $400 annually. Jamie in Texas, $600 added back into her Social Security check. Would that put a smile on your face to get an extra $600 added to your Social Security check? Well, Chapter's mission started with their own parents, and I can understand their motivation. Their own parents got screwed over by some crappy, underhanded Medicare plan. Well, now they're helping thousands to avoid that same issue that their parents faced. So give our friends over at Chapter a call right now. Their phone number is 909-563-8279, or probably even easier to hit them up on the web right now. askchapter.org/Ron, and let me know how much Chapter was able to save you. All right. Now, let's go ahead and connect the dots, because this wasn't just some foreign policy win, guys. This deal with China, it was already reverberating through the U.S. economy, and the numbers don't lie. Tariff leverage, that equals federal savings. Federal savings equals cash on hand. And that's where the Doge dividend comes into play. So the Department of Government Efficiency, known as Doge, was created by Trump and is now getting spearheaded by Elon Musk. And their mission is very simple: cut the waste, streamline spending, reclaim funds that were lost in due to the bloated bureaucracy. Do you guys remember when the last stimulus checks were cut? Did you get one check, two checks, or three checks? Just comment down below how many you received previously. Now, thanks to the economic momentum from the China deal, Doge is now reportedly saving over $170 billion. I want you to let that sink in. That is $170 billion saved not by raising taxes, not by printing new money, but by cutting the nonsense. And thanks to this trade deal reset, rebuilding confidence in U.S. markets and trade systems. Does anyone have any retirement funds invested in the stock market? Just drop a quick yes or no down below. Do you have maybe an IRA, a retirement account, maybe a 401k? Because here's the best part here. Trump and Elon Musk are not just saving that money to sit on it. No. The proposal that's backed by Trump, James Fishback, and Elon Musk would send 20% of those savings directly back to American taxpayers. Now, it's not speculation. This is in the proposal. Based on today's numbers, that's about $200 per person right now. But here is the kicker. If Doge reaches its $2 trillion savings target, well, that balloons into a $5,000 payout per household. And it all started with the China reset. You see, guys, the trade deal didn't just help American business. It empowered Doge with the fiscal breathing room to make dividend checks possible without adding a penny to the national debt. Now, think about this for a moment. Washington spends, Trump saves. And now you might actually see that savings come home in the form of a check. Now, comment down below if you think Trump truly intends to come through for the American people. If you believe Trump in his intent, drop a 47 if you support Trump in his perspectives and his vision. And all of it is politically bulletproof, because instead of new spending, this is our money being returned back to us. But where do these checks actually stand right now, right? It's been a little quiet, hasn't it? Is this just talk, or are Americans actually about to see deposits in their bank accounts? Well, I'm going to share with you guys exactly where the Doge Dividend Refund Checks stand today, what's in the bill, what's missing from the bill, and what Trump might do next in order to get those checks out with or without Congress. So let's talk about this question everyone's asking right now. Am I really going to get a Doge dividend check? And more importantly, when, right? Well, here's where things stand as of Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. And yes, this information is 100% verified from official sources, direct legislation, and statements from top insiders. So the Doge Dividend Refund Check is a real policy proposal. It's backed by Trump, Elon Musk, and James Fishback, who happens to be the CEO of Azoria Investments and the man who first proposed the idea that American taxpayers should get a cut of the $170 billion Doge savings, or $2 trillion in Doge savings, depending upon how much they ultimately end up saving, right? Well, the logic is pretty simple here. The money came from you. You paid the taxes, didn't you? Yes or no? Did you pay the taxes? Did the government waste it? Yes or no? Doge clawed it back. So it's time to send it back to you. They should have never had it. So under the plan, 20% of Doge's total savings would be returned back to net taxpayers in the form of a direct refund check. Now, based on the current savings, the average check would be about $200 today, but they're not done. Now, if Doge reaches its $2 trillion savings target, which James Fishback believes is possible with Social Security access, guys, that becomes a $5,000 refund per household. Now, here's where things get a little tricky. The much anticipated big, beautiful bill just dropped from the House Ways and Means Committee. This is a massive 389-page reconciliation draft that basically includes several Trump-backed tax and Social Security reforms. But as of this recording, there's no mention of Doge or any line item for dividend refund checks in the first draft. That's right, it's not in there yet. Keyword being yet. Now, this doesn't mean it's dead in the water. James Fishback has confirmed he is still actively working with members of Congress to include the Doge provision in their next version of the bill. You see, there's always negotiations back and forth, and this appears to be a strategy. So there's also growing talk of a standalone bill that could bring Doge dividend checks to a vote on their own. And if Congress stalls, well, Trump may act alone. And here's the thing. He's done it before. He's got a history of doing this. You guys, comment down below, yes or no. Do you guys remember during the pandemic, Trump reallocated FEMA funds without new legislation to provide unemployment boost to millions? He's already done it. He could use the exact same legal path, the same executive authority. So don't let the absence in the first draft fool you. The checks are real. The money is real. The support is real. It's just a matter of how they're going to be distributed and when. Now, I do want to share with you guys the legal blueprint behind these checks, the presidential powers President Trump could use to get around Congress, and exactly why these refunds are not considered new spending, but more of a return of what's already yours. So let's go ahead and deal with the elephant that's in the room here, right? Can Trump legally send out Doge dividend checks without Congress? Well, short answer is yes, actually. I mean, he's already done something almost exactly like this before. The reason this works is because these refund checks are not new spending. Trump wouldn't be creating a new stimulus package or creating executive aid, not like what we saw back in 2020 during the pandemic. This is really what makes the Doge dividend refund so unique and legally powerful. This plan is based on reallocating existing funds, money that has already been collected from taxpayers and recovered by the Department of Government Efficiency. So the federal government wastes billions of dollars every single year. We know that, right? Yes or no? Do you guys realize that the government wastes that much money every year? So Doge, under Elon Musk's leadership, has already clawed back $170 billion from that waste. So this isn't about printing money. It's not about printing more money. It's really about putting your money back into your hands. Is everybody okay with that? Can I get an amen on that? Can I get an amen on getting money put back into our own hands that was already ours, that was taken from us due to illegitimate reasons? Now let's talk precedent here, guys. During the COVID-19 pandemic, when Congress stalled on unemployment relief, President Trump issued an executive order to reallocate FEMA disaster relief funds. Those funds were then used to provide enhanced unemployment benefits to millions of Americans without waiting for congressional approval. The legal principle? Well, if the funds are already appropriated and they're not encumbered, well, the president can redirect them under emergency or special authority, especially if the action is in the interest of public welfare or national recovery. Well, and what are Doge dividend checks? They're a direct refund of misused funds. It's a corrective measure of government failure. And it's a boost to American households in the face of economic uncertainty. So it's really not a stretch at all. In fact, many legal experts are now saying it's exactly the kind of thing executive action was designed for. Trump's lawyers know it, Elon Musk knows it, and millions of Americans are now counting on it. And if you're watching this video and you appreciate being cued in on this information, just drop a quick thank you in the comments down below, because now you know it as well. So if Congress can't get their act together, don't be surprised if Trump moves on this executive order before the end of the summer, especially as pressure builds during the election season. Now, we're constantly battling the YouTube algorithm. All I ask is that you share this video with someone who needs to know about this, because not enough people know about what is coming down the pipeline and what could actually be. And if more Americans got behind getting our money back to us, this could easily become a reality. And we've already given you the details and the facts and the rhetoric that proves all of this to be true. And so, guys, this isn't just some financial move. This is a trust move. This is about proving to the American people that the government can finally put the taxpayer first. And what if Doge could unlock even more savings, enough to send out not just $200, but how about $5,000 per household? So, of course, we need to dive into this whole Social Security wildcard here, right? And while insiders are saying if Elon Musk's Doge team gets access to the SSA, the real stimulus could just be getting started. Guys, what if I told you the real money, the kind that could take those $200 checks and turn them into $5,000 payouts, is unlocked inside the Social Security Administration? Does anybody remember the previous administration promising an extra $200 monthly boost to Social Security? Just drop a quick yes or no in the comments down below. Well, what if I told you that Elon Musk's Doge task force knows it and they're actively trying to get in? Well, this right here, guys, this is the wild card that could change everything. So according to reports from Doge leadership, including James Fishback, the Social Security Administration is, in fact, one of the most bloated, inefficient agencies in the entire federal system. It's horrible what is going on in there. We're talking massive fraud, mismanagement, duplicate payouts, billions of dollars in administrative waste every single year. Doge believes there are hundreds of billions of dollars, if not a full $1 trillion in potential savings hidden in SSA operations. That's why they don't want Doge getting access to Social Security information. But here's the kicker. They're not trying to cut benefits. They're not trying to take a penny from seniors or disabled veterans or survivors. In fact, Elon Musk and James Fishback have publicly stated that no one receiving a check will see a dime reduced. The savings would come from the back end. Dead accounts still getting paid, software bottlenecks, legacy systems that eat up billions of dollars in maintenance, that kind of stuff. But there's a problem here. You see, right now, Doge doesn't have access to SSA's internal systems. Bureaucrats are pushing back. They're trying to get judges to stonewall. Agencies are stonewalling. And some Democrats are calling this too invasive, even though the real goal is to fix the waste, not touch the benefits. Now, James Fishback, I think he said it best. If we could just get full access to Social Security's infrastructure, Doge could possibly unlock $1 trillion in savings. And that alone could fund the entire dividend refund system at $5,000 per household. Now, I got to ask you a question here, guys. First of all, if you're appreciating the updates, just let me know right quick. I really do appreciate you guys. But I want to ask you this. Given what you now know, do you think that Doge should get full access to Social Security's infrastructure so that they can find this $1 trillion in waste that they believe exists so that they can get these $5,000 checks cut for the American people? Drop me a quick yes or no in the comments down below. So, guys, I think that this is the real opportunity here. And it's why this fight is not over yet. In fact, it's just getting started. Now, think about this, right? Your hard-earned taxpayer dollars, they went into a system that's bleeding money right now, every single day, and has been for years. And now, instead of just throwing more cash at the problem, a Trump-backed program is trying to clean it up and pay you back. But unless Doge gets full access to the SSA, that $5,000 check stays locked behind red tape. So what's the public saying here? What are Americans doing as this plan gains momentum? Well, stick with me, guys, because in this next segment, I want to go ahead and break down this viral response online, the massive surge of support behind Doge, and how the public pressure is already starting to move Congress. So if you thought that this was like just another backroom policy idea, think again, guys, because the American people have spoken and they're fired up. Let me know if you're fired up. The idea of Doge dividend checks is now everywhere. And it's not just news articles or political circles. It's viral. It's mainstream. And it's about to be unstoppable. One viral TikTok video asking, are we really getting $5,000 Doge checks in 2025? That video racked up millions of views in just a matter of days. Comment sections are flooded with everyday Americans demanding action. It's our money. Give it back. Trump is the only one who ever tried to pay us back with savings, not debt. If they don't pass it, he should sign executive orders today. What do you think about that? It definitely sounds like the pressure's building, and it's not just online. We've now seen all three key players on the record. We've heard James Fishback, the man behind the idea, Elon Musk, who's executing it through Doge, Donald Trump, who says he supports it fully and wants Congress to get it done. In fact, James Fishback said in a recent interview, we've met with dozens of lawmakers. Support is growing in both the House and the Senate. The people want this, and we're not backing down. So this isn't just momentum. It's actually a movement here. Congress is always a bottleneck, but congressional aides, they're leaking information left and right saying there is real pressure on Republicans to include Doge in the next draft of the reconciliation bill. So now they're trying to put the pressure on Republicans to do it. Why? Because they know if they stall too long, Trump will bypass them. And if that happens, they lose credit. Trump wins. Trump gets all the credit. He would get the win. And the American people will still get paid. So this is where policy meets passion. And if enough Americans keep showing up like you guys, speaking out, demanding action, this may very well be the first government refund in history that didn't take an act of Congress to delay it, but an act of people making it happen. So now that the movement is pretty much building steam and momentum, the support is there and the money is saved. The question is when? When could you actually see that check land in your mailbox, or better yet, hit your bank account? Most people don't even get paper checks anymore. Would you rather a paper check that could get stolen, or would you rather a direct deposit just hitting your bank account directly, right? Well, I'm going to give you the latest on their timeline, what could accelerate the rollout, and how this could all go down before election season heats up. So when does this actually happen? Well, that's the question every American's asking themselves right now. And we're going to go ahead and break it down step by step so you know exactly what's coming and when. As of today, May 14th, it's Wednesday, 2025, this reconciliation bill, also known as the Big Beautiful Bill, has officially been released in its first draft. I know it's 389 pages long, and while it includes a $4,000 Social Security tax deduction, Doge dividend checks are not yet in the bill. But here's the good news. This bill is not final, not even close. House and Senate committees are actively negotiating the deals right now, the details. And literally, they're doing this as you're watching this video. It's happening right now. So from this point forward, one of the three things, well, really one of any of these things, or maybe even a combination of these three things could happen. So first, the Doge provision is added into the next version of this reconciliation bill. That would basically greenlight the first round of Doge dividend checks through Congress, potentially delivering refunds to Americans within months. Okay, that's option number one. Number two, we could get a standalone bill being introduced. James Fishback and Elon Musk continue pushing behind the scenes, and the checks getting approved in a dedicated piece of legislation, likely faster than the reconciliation path. Or number three, Trump issues an executive order. If lawmakers drag their feet or stall out during election season, Trump might act alone, all by himself, reallocating the Doge savings under emergency authorization, just like he did with the FEMA funds during the pandemic. Now, if Doge refunds is passed in this revised reconciliation bill by late summer this year, 2025, well, checks could begin processing as early as September or even October, just in time to become a defining issue of the 2025 campaign season. Now, if Trump issues an executive order instead, well, it could happen even faster. Now, some legal experts are saying that he could sign it within weeks once Doge finalizes its internal disbursement protocol. So let's be clear, guys. The money is there. The support is growing, and the system that wasted it is finally being held accountable. Now, whether it's $200 today or $5,000 tomorrow, this is your money. It was taken, it was misused, and now it's coming back. But only if we keep the pressure on. So we got to keep the pressure on. So tell me in the comments, guys, do you support the Doge dividend checks? Yes or no? Do you want Congress to act, or should Trump just sign the order and get it done? Forget Congress, right? Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because the minute this policy moves forward, I will be here to break it down in plain English with all the facts and none of the media spin. So I just want to appreciate you guys for watching. This has been your update on the biggest financial shift in America since the original stimulus checks. So hit the like button, comment, share this video. Stay ready, because the refund you didn't know you were owed might just be days away. If you haven't already given our friends over at Chapter a call, give them a call right now. The number is in the description down below, as well as a link to reach them directly. If you want to go to askchapter.org/Ron, find out how much you could save on your Medicare, or more importantly, maybe even find out how much your parents or grandparents could save. You can reach out on their behalf. Anyway, guys, appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Be safe. Hey, by the way, guys, if you're one of the real ones who really enjoy what we do here on the channel, you've got to check out the Inner Circle. This is where our true supporters get exclusive access to content that I just can't share here, completely commercial free. It's also the best way to keep this channel going strong. So if you want to be a part of something special, join us over there. Links in the description or in the pinned comment down below.